Good day, friends. This is Demola Awoyele, welcoming you to another life-changing episode of Leaders Arise. I believe your month has been a great one, just as it is with me over here. The month of August has been a very exciting one. I see it more as a month of restoration, alright, whereby God is restoring lost opportunities, whatever it is that you probably have lost since the year 2020 began. And I believe strongly that today's episode of Leaders Arise will further help you, alright, to regain whatever it is that has been lost as far as the year is concerned. So today, once again, I welcome you to this episode. We're going to be looking at some powerful thoughts today. I'm opening up a new teaching today that will last for the next couple of episodes, maybe the next 2 episodes after now. So I've titled this series what I call team building. All right. I just call it team building because all I'm going to be discussing today has to do with team. So you may want to note these few things that we'll be talking about in this discourse on team building. I'll be talking about the need for teamwork. All right, I'll be talking about the need for teamwork. I'll be talking about the laws, all right, of teamwork. I'll be talking about delegations, or the power of delegation, where I'll be teaching you on what I call delegation strategies, the things you've got to know and strategies you've got to put in place as far as delegation is concerned. So that really is one of my major emphasis in this series. But like I said, you can't talk about delegation if you don't talk about team or team building. So because of this subject of the delegation, I will want to begin by looking at teamwork or team building as far as leadership is concerned. And I want to tell you that this topic or this sharing today is going to help you whether you are a senior leader or you are just somebody who is looking forward to achieving great results in whatever sphere of operation it is that you find yourself. So let's discuss, maybe in a very elaborate way, the word team. Now, when you talk about team, you are talking about a group of people working together towards achieving or fulfilling a particular set of goals, all right, or set of goals. You would agree with me that teamwork, all right, plays out almost everywhere. You talk about in the family, the husband and wife must operate as team or as a team, and when they begin to give birth to children, all right, their children also are supposed to be part of the team. All right, in a company, all right, where you have staff or employees working together, they are all supposed to work as a team. All right, in a local church, when you have the pastor, the leaders, the workers, the church members, they've got to work together as a team. On campus, almost about everywhere. All right, if you're a student on campus, maybe you belong to a group, all right, maybe a project group where you and your friends are given the same project topic or project area to work on. You got to work as a team. Some of you are researchers. There is what we call research team. All right, so you discover that team, all right, that the word team, all right, is seen everywhere. It's seen everywhere. Whether you realize it or not, you are part of a team somewhere, somehow. All right, whether it is in football, whether even among your friends. So my job today is to make you understand what team actually is about and how you and I can function effectively in a team. Because the truth of the matter is success is teamwork. Anyone that cannot understand team dynamics Anyone that cannot understand how to work effectively in a team cannot succeed in life. So what I'm teaching you today is beyond teamwork as it relates to when you are heading a group of people or where you are heading an assignment or a work. It is what life is about in general. Even our Father God worked as a team, or is working as a team. Remember in the book of Genesis chapter 1, all right, the Bible says, God said, let us make man in our own image. Let us make man in our own image. So God actually was talking about himself and a group of people. Permit my usage of word, because the word let us actually talks about team. Let us. So God, our Father, despite how divine he is, despite how omnipotent he is, he still needed to work, all right, in a team. He could have said, I want to make man in my own image. But he said, let us, let us. So everyone that will succeed in life must be able to have that language of let us, let us. So God said, let us. Obviously, he was talking about himself, God the Father, and he's talking about Jesus the Son. Then, of course, talking about the Holy Spirit, who is the third person in the Trinity. And of course, when you look at the creation very well, the Bible says in the beginning, all right, God created the heavens and the earth were without form and void, and the Spirit of God hovers upon the face of the water. That means the Holy Ghost was at work, the Spirit of God. Then God said, the word God said talks about Jesus Christ being engaged in the activity of creation, because Jesus is the Word. So we have the Word, all right, who is Jesus. We have the Father, all right, who has something to do creating the Word. And of course, we have the Holy Spirit, who also was at work. So you discover that right from Genesis, the idea of team really has really been involved. Then of course, the idea of God creating man also was about team. He said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a help suitable for him. So God originally had the idea of team. So it presupposes that if God started out as a member of a team, permit my word, if God created man and discovered that man couldn't function alone, he had to bring a woman in his life to function together with him, then you and I should also understand that no man can succeed here on earth who does not function in a team. Whether you believe it or not, whether you realize it or not, whether you want it or not, you are already a part of a team. The earlier you understand how team works, the dynamics of teamwork and team building and team operation, the better for you, because you are going to succeed to the extent that you are able to function effectively in a team. So that's what we're going to be discussing today, and in some couple of episodes to come. So I've begun by explaining to you the fact that life is all about teamwork, because one is too small to achieve greatness. One is too small to achieve greatness. No matter how good you are, no matter how skillful you are. Look at the orchestra, for instance. Now the orchestra is made up of different musicians, singing different parts. All right, what makes a song to be melodious? Some of you have some songs that you enjoy listening to. If you listen carefully to those songs, you will discover that there are different parts that make the entire song. So if one of the parts suddenly stands alone, as I'm going to sing alone, you will discover that the melody in the song will be lost. So the melody in life is actually triggered by this idea of teamwork. So teamwork is what makes life to work. In fact, I love what somebody said some time ago. He said teamwork makes the dream work. So when you have a dream, you must have a team. There is no dream that can be fulfilled alone. Every dream is at the mercy of a team, because teamwork is what makes the dream to work. So it suffices to say that anyone that must succeed in life must learn how to work in a team. And that's the reason why I'm discussing this with you today, so that I can help you to understand. Because some people, they want to get married, for instance. Nobody has told them that marriage is about teamwork. That's why you have a lot of people who are married but living single. They are just bedmates or roommates with their spouses, but they are not actually teaming up together, all right, to work for the success of the home and of course their spouses. You and I know that if you are a football fan, for instance, you see, sometimes I've heard of football fans, becoming very angry at a particular footballer because he was selfish. because you want to become the highest goal scorer. How many of you remember that? All right, or something like that. The ball that could have passed to somebody else that was well positioned to score the ball, all right, to score the goal, he refuses to pass it to him. He is playing it alone. It's not functioning as a team. And you and I know that the clubs, all right, that win the most of games, they are not necessarily the club filled with the most talented of people. They are actually the club that are able to work as a team. That is why one of the things that they look for in a coach is somebody that can bring everybody together, that can bring people with different skills, with different style of play. They are able to match them together. So a coach is as successful as his ability to work a team to success. All right. So you understand what makes a coach a coach. It's not his certificate. It's not whatever it is that he possesses, but the ability to be able to bring people together. You and I know that the same group of players or set of players that have been losing before can suddenly start winning. What has changed? Because the coach actually has changed. Somebody else has been brought into the team that is able to harness the abilities, the skills, the potentials of the player, and be able to work them together towards a common goal. Now, all I've said thus far is to make you appreciate and understand the place of teamwork, because teamwork is what makes life to work. Whether you are a footballer, whether you are a family man, whether you are a pastor, whether you are a business owner, whether you are an employee or an employer of labor, whether you are a student on campus, whether you are a researcher, whoever it is you are, everybody has got to understand the place of teamwork and how they are able to work effectively in a team. Actually, for example, for those who want to work or who are working secularly, or who are looking forward to getting a job, part of the things that your interviewers want to know is your ability to work in a team. All right. If I'm an interviewer, for instance, now I won't be carried away with how much skill somebody has got, as much as how he is able to work in a team. You understand that some very skillful people, they are also nasty at the same time. They can't just work in a team. So maybe I will add to your arsenal of success, all right, that you've got to also learn how to work in a team. Thank God for your skill. Thank God for your first class certificate from campus. Thank God for your experience. But if you are the type that can successfully work with other people, you are going to limit how much you can achieve. You are going to limit how far you can go. That is why this teaching is very important to you, so that you can learn how to add the ability to work effectively in a team, how you can add it to your whatever skill it is you have got. Now, when we talk about a team, what do you understand by the word team? Now, you should understand first of all that a team is not just about a group of people coming together. A group of people can come together, but they don't form a team. So I'll be explaining to you the constitution. What constitutes a team? What constitutes a team? And number one, because of time, a team actually must begin with a goal. You may want to say a vision or an idea of what it is to be done. For example, when a football team goes to the pitch to go and play, they have one mission. And what's that mission? We want to win this match. All right, we want to win the championship. We want to get the cup. We want to do all that. So it is that goal that they have in mind that necessitated their coming together in the first place. Because some people have missed this idea of having a goal or mission in building their team. So they are bringing the wrong people, all right, on board. Because what it is they want to achieve is not actually clear to them. That is one of the ideas of mission or mission-mindedness in teamwork, is what we saw in Genesis chapter 11. All right, Genesis chapter 11. All right, those folks says, "Come, let us build a tower." All right, that reaches from earth to the heavens. That was the goal they had, and they began to. In fact, if anytime I teach about team, I always want to reference this Genesis chapter 11. They came together. Their mission was defined. We want to build, all right, a tower that reaches from the earth, that reaches the heaven. So they had a goal. So it was the goal that they had, all right, that actually necessitated their coming together. Their goal was defined. So I want to encourage anyone that is listening to me right now, all right, in your bid to constituting a team, don't forget the place of mission. You want to call it mission, you want to call it goal, you want to call it vision. What I'm saying in essence is that something you have in mind that you want to achieve. Maybe you are listening to me right now, you have a business goal. All right, don't just say, I want to start a business, so I need my friends to join me. You don't know who to join you yet until you know what exactly you want to achieve. So no team should be constituted without an idea of what it is to be done. Because what it is to be done, number one, will determine those that will be brought on board, will determine where, all right, each person will come in or fit in. And of course, what it is to be done will determine what is driving the team. There are some teams today that are driven in different directions. Why? There is no goal. Maybe I will give you this idea of a football match. How many of you have ever imagined, or have you ever imagined that, have you ever imagined a football match being played without a goalpost? Have you imagined that before? And you now see Leonard Messi, or you see Ronaldo, you see whoever it is that is your superstar or sports star, begins to dribble, begins to play, begins to tip the ball or tap the ball and does all that, but nobody is scoring any goal. Have you ever for once thought of a football match without a goal post? It will just be activity without productivity. You and I know that when you are watching a football match, for instance, your eyes is on the goal post. Everybody is looking forward to when are they going to pass the ball towards the goal post. But can you imagine if there is no goal post on the football pitch? They are going to be playing the ball everywhere. This one plays it this way. Of course, in the football match, they will play the ball in different directions, but the purpose of playing the ball in different direction is towards the goal. The ultimate is that this ball must enter the net. Am I correct? So even so in leadership, we're going to play the ball here and there, do this, do that, but what's the goal? We want to score it, we want to get the ball inside the net. So have you ever imagined that a football match without a goal post, the ball will be people will just be sweating and getting nothing done, moving here and there without anything to show for it? All right, so that's what happens also when the goal or the mission of a team is not defined. And don't forget, this team can mean a family. No definition or idea of what it is you want to achieve with this marriage. It can be a local church. People just come to church Sunday, Wednesday, or whatever it is without an idea of what it is they want to achieve. It can be a business. All right, the goal has not been defined. It can be a research work. Maybe you are in a research team. The first thing you want to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? You want to find a cure for COVID-19. So that's your goal. And that directs everybody's energy. Because without a specific mission or goal or target, people's energy are going to be expended in different directions without commensurate results. So that's the first thing you've got to understand about building a team. All right, you've got to define the goal. Because the team or the goal or the mission of the team will determine the constitution of the team. That's why teams will be different from another. So don't be too quick to form a team without having an idea of what it is you want to achieve. Number two, the idea or the definition of your goal or mission will determine who to bring on board. This is very important. That is why team building is not by emotion, it's not by sentiment. That's what kills businesses today. My younger brother, I want to employ him. He should be part of my business. My uncle, my this, my that. Well, you can do that if you don't want to go far in business. But if you want to go far in business, you are not choosing who to come to your business because of emotion or sentiment. You want to be sure that this person really has what it takes, what he or she can contribute to our goal. But if you don't have a goal in the first place, anybody can just come on board. So if you are an emotional person, you can't build a strong team. That somebody comes on board because it's your friend. Somebody comes on board because it's your uncle or your younger brother. So why should they come on board? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't get your family members on board, but ensure that they will contribute to the vision of the team. They will contribute to the goal you want to achieve. And that actually means that they are going to have, the required skill sets. It is the required skill set that they have that will naturally necessitate their membership in the team. Don't forget that. It's not because you like him. Because that's where we miss it in this side of the world. So I like him. We are childhood friends. Oh, I like this. A smile. Where if we need smile in the team, you can bring him on board. Because there can be some teams that, okay, smile is needed. Maybe a customer service team where people will interface with customer is got to smile, but obviously that may not be the only thing that is needed. So you got to look at it. Okay, this is the goal we want to achieve. So having defined the goal, don't forget then I begin to know who and who it is. All right, I will bring on board the person that has the skill set, all right, to contribute to what it is I'm doing. Number 3 is that you want to look at how the energy or the resources, I want to use the word resources now, of the team is going to be directed. All right, because the reason why some people fail is not because they don't have resources, but because they don't have a vision. They don't know what they want to do. Because somebody can come to your team, he has everything. That's why in football, players they sometimes move from one club to another and they excel there. What's the difference? The same player with the same resource, but he's just unfortunate to be in the wrong team, or maybe a team that lacks vision, or a team that lacks leadership. So that player leaves that club and goes to another club and becomes the top scorer. He had the resources, but the resources was not well channeled because he found himself in a team that lacked direction, a team that lacked leadership. So that's the third thing I want to talk about. All right, when you form the right team, that the team or the goal of the team becomes a rallying point. It becomes what defines where all the resources in the team, all right, are going to be directed. And in resources, I mean human resources. All right, I mean financial resources, material resources, even spiritual resources, physical resources, whatever it is everybody is bringing on board is going to be channeled, all right, towards the fulfillment of the vision or the goal that team actually has in mind. Then number 4, all right, is that by the time you are able to define your team, all right, you define who should be on board, all right, you're able to channel the energy in the right way, then you begin to ensure that people work together as a team. Now, that might look like what I've been saying so far, but that is not exactly so, because there are some teams that are not working together. They are not working together. And that's why I was taught in leadership that in teamwork, we must understand that the goal is much more important than the role. If there is any statement you are going to take note of in this short teaching I'm doing today, is that in teamwork, the goal is much more important than the role. You are not going to build a strong team, all right, if the members of the team, they promote their role above the goal. And that's why I believe strongly that the most important factor in a team is the goal. I believe strongly. It's not even the gifts or the skills of the members. All right. Once the goal is defined, then everybody must be made to realize that in this teamwork, the goal is more important than the role. Nobody should overemphasize their role above their goal. That's why one of the elements, all right, in team building is what I call selflessness. The moment you join a team, you have lost the right to promote your personal agenda above the agenda of the team. That's why we say division. Division simply means division. Once the vision is more than one common vision, it's called division. And that's what brings division. People are divided. Why? Because people are now working for their personal self. Now, I have to say this because over the years, I've been working with teams. And I've discovered that sometimes members of teams can be so engrossed in their assignment or their role that they forget the goal. Because obviously teams should have ownership spirit. You should own the mission, you should own the goal, and you should take care of your own aspect of the mission. But in your bid to taking care of your aspect of the vision, you must never forget that your role is not as important as the goal. I will give you a very classic example. How many of you have watched? I'm sorry I have to use sports because we see so glaringly stated in sports, whether it's football or athletics or whatever. How many of you have watched a football match that the coach substituted a particular player and he left the pitch angrily? He doesn't even want to shake hands or hug the person taking over from you. How many of you have seen that before? I've seen that before. That you can see the expression in his face. He feels so bad. Why should they remove me? That is not a good team player. A good team player should understand that the coach, actually, if it's the right coach anyway, is substituting me because I need to be substituted for another person to come on board. Maybe because I'm tired, maybe because the way the game is going, my role will not be as needed as another person's role. Can you imagine a team where, can you imagine a team that is winning, maybe a football that is winning, and they want to ensure that they don't concede any goal? Maybe they're already winning 3-0 and the match is about 15 minutes to the end of the match. A good coach sometimes want to remove strikers and put defenders there. Am I correct? But if you have a selfish striker, he will say, why should they remove me? I still want to score more goals. No, your role is not as important as our winning the game. So you now see the coach substituting a striker for a defender, because what is needed in that team at that moment is more of defense, not attack. So team members must be taught how to be selfless, how to promote the agenda of the team above their personal agenda, so that when you will need to sit down for other people to come on board, you will not feel offended. All right, when you see that somebody can best do something more than you, and you will gladly relinquish that opportunity to that person, not because the person is better than you, but because the person's role, all right, or skill will be much more needed than yours. And this can play out everywhere, not only in sport, even in marriage. When you have a marriage where individual member, maybe one of the spouses, all right, or, is promoting his or her agenda above that of the marriage. All right, my role. It is not your role is not as important as the goal of the team. So whether you are a team member or you are a team lead, never sabotage, never frustrate the goal of the team in your bid to satisfy yourself or satisfy an individual member. Even a team lead must understand that there is a time whereby a team lead has to keep quiet for the team to operate. So if you are a selfish team lead, for instance, now you want your opinion to always count. Because whether you like it or not, as a team lead, you are also a member of the team. Albeit, you are the one coordinating the activity of the team. So learn how to cross or to demarcate between, all right, when you have to function as the lead or the leader, and when you have to allow the team to work. Because sometimes the team might have to work without your exerting yourself as the leader of the team. So selflessness is the rule of the game here. That people are selfless. All right, people are not promoting their personal agenda above the agenda of the team. And listen to me, when you are part of a team, particularly as a team lead, and you see any member of the team promoting his agenda above the agenda of the team, do your best to remove that person as fast as possible. Do your best to remove that person, because nothing can be so lethal and bad, all right, and injurious to a team, that when you have members who are working for their personal interest or agenda. And that is where team leadership actually comes in, which I'll be talking about in subsequent episodes. Teams do not lead themselves. Team requires leadership. Just like the part of my body, all right, my body part works as a team, but there is a leadership. My brain is the one coordinating the activities of the team. It's the one that determines where the leg goes. The leg cannot wake up one day and says, I'm going to Kafanchan or I'm going to Australia and all that. It cannot decide alone. The decision or the direction has to come from the head, my brain in this context, and of course the brain also, which is the leader, must learn how to co-opt people together. The brain of the leader must know how to bring everybody together to work together so that that goal of going to wherever I want to go can be achieved. So team leadership will determine how successful a team will be. Let me leave you with this final thought before I close in on today's episode. All right, that maybe I'll just give you an acronym for team. All right, acronym for the team. You know, when I want to spell team, I will say TEAM. You want to say together, everyone, achieve more. Together, that's T. E, everyone. A, achieve more. And that is one of the blessedness or benefit of teamwork. Teamwork ensures that together we achieve more. In teamwork, we are trying to say that what I can individually achieve on my own will be lesser compared to what I would achieve if I function in a team. And let me add this one also, all right? And that's one of the mysteries about team. Let's assume you have a team of 5 people, all right? And each of them can deliver 20 each. That means when they work alone, they work alone, they deliver 20. This one works alone, delivers 20. This one works alone, delivers 20. I mean alone. You know, mathematics says that if we want to determine what the 5 of them will deliver, we say it is 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus, making 100. But that is not team. In teamwork, if the 5 of them come together, they will achieve more than 100. I don't know how that works, but that is the mystery about team. So together, everyone achieve more. That means that when you enter a team, your 20 will be more than 20. So I would rather you join a team, a healthy one for that matter, that will help you in the direction of your vision in life, than for you to work alone. Because when you work alone, no matter how skillful you are, all right, you can't achieve as much as you will have achieved, all right, if you work in a team. Because the acronym for team is the explanation for team from that acronym TEAM is together everyone achieve more. So I want to leave you with this encouragement. Wherever you are, don't be a loner. All right, discover the right team to work in, and when you find yourself in a team, a healthy one for that matter, ensure you play well as a team. And if God gives you, or life gives you the opportunity to lead a team, understand how to work team dynamics for the betterment of the entire group. I'm sure this episode has been a blessing to you. Don't forget, I've just opened up a series I'm going to be taking in subsequent episodes to come. So thank you for your time with me today on Leaders Arise. I want to encourage you, take this teaching to whatever sphere of endeavor, family, research group, church, business, even committee of friends or group of friends, or wherever it is you find yourself, because life is all about teamwork. God is the greatest team player, and of course team leader, and of course he created man with the idea of teamwork. It is my prayer for you that as you find yourself in the right team and work healthily in the team, you will achieve much more than you will have ever achieved if you were to work alone. God bless you for your time. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Till I meet with you again on the next episode, I encourage you, help us share this stream across all your platforms. Don't also forget to to pass me your questions, your comments, and your feedbacks. Then, of course, take advantage of our resources that are being displayed on the screen. Till I meet with you again on the next episode of Leaders Arise, go right there and succeed beyond your widest imagination. Bye for now. God bless you.